In 2025, the trade partnership between India and Australia is creating ripple effects across the globe. Fueled by the Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement, this alliance is boosting critical mineral flows, opening massive consumer markets, and strengthening regional supply chains. While India and Australia are the main winners, many other countries, from regional neighbors to global powers, are quietly reaping the rewards. From stable commodity prices to expanded export opportunities, the benefits of this growing trade relationship are shaping economies far beyond the Indo-Pacific. 10. Germany. Germany benefits indirectly from the India-Australia trade partnership by gaining a more stable supply of critical minerals essential for its automotive, battery, and renewable energy industries. Australia's growing exports of lithium, cobalt, and rare earths to India help free up global supply chains, making it easier for German manufacturers to secure inputs. Additionally, India's expanding economy offers Germany opportunities for exporting engineering services, industrial machinery, and clean energy technology. Collaborative ventures in green hydrogen, solar energy, and sustainable infrastructure are on the rise, with German firms participating in projects supported by Indian and Australian investments. This trilateral trade boost enhances Germany's ability to innovate, remain competitive in clean technology, and reduce dependency on politically unstable resource suppliers. 9. New Zealand. New Zealand benefits from the India-Australia trade relationship through increased regional shipping, agricultural cooperation, and educational exchanges. As Australia strengthens its trade links with India, New Zealand's agricultural exporters, especially dairy, meat, and wine producers, find more opportunities to enter the Indian market via regional trade channels. Shipping routes between South Asia and Oceania see increased activity, which benefits New Zealand ports and logistics services. Education is another key sector, as New Zealand universities attract more Indian students drawn to the region. Additionally, tourism flows rise when Indians visit Australia and include New Zealand as part of their travel plans. This indirect trade uplift enhances New Zealand's economy while deepening its regional economic ties. 8. United States. The United States benefits from the India-Australia trade partnership through expanded investment, technology transfer, and supply chain collaboration. As India and Australia deepen trade in critical minerals, agriculture, and services, U.S. companies gain opportunities to supply machinery, software, defense technology, and renewable energy solutions. American firms are also active investors in India's infrastructure and Australia's mining projects, which feed into this trilateral economic growth. The U.S. benefits from a more stable Indo-Pacific trade environment, reducing risks for its exporters and multinational companies operating in the region. Additionally, closer India-Australia ties align with U.S. strategic interests in strengthening democratic partnerships and diversifying global supply chains away from excessive reliance on a single source. 7. United Arab Emirates. The UAE gains from the India-Australia trade connection by acting as a logistics, finance, and re-export hub. As trade volumes between the two nations grow, the UAE's ports in Dubai and Abu Dhabi handle increased cargo traffic, particularly in energy products, machinery, and agricultural goods. The UAE also benefits from being a key player in the regional oil and gas market, supplying energy needs to both India and Australia while importing food and minerals. Dubai's position as a financial hub allows it to facilitate investments, insurance, and shipping finance for deals between the two countries. These activities strengthen the UAE's role as a middleman in the Asia-Pacific, Middle East trade network, boosting its economy and global influence. 6. Singapore. Singapore benefits significantly as a logistics and financial services hub in the Asia-Pacific. Increased India-Australia trade means higher shipping traffic through Singapore's world-class port facilities, as well as greater demand for warehousing, customs clearance, and transshipment services. The city-state also gains from financing and insurance deals linked to cross-border trade, particularly in commodities and manufactured goods. With Singapore's position as a trusted investment gateway, more Indian and Australian companies choose it for regional headquarters. Furthermore, Singaporean tech firms and service providers can tap into expanded business opportunities created by the growing economic activity between these two major partners. This positions Singapore as a silent but crucial enabler of the Indo-Pacific trade ecosystem. 5. South Korea. South Korea benefits from the India-Australia trade partnership by securing reliable supplies of raw materials such as coal, iron ore, and critical minerals, which are essential for its steel, shipbuilding, and electronics industries. Stable resource flows from Australia to India help balance the global market, ensuring predictable pricing for South Korean manufacturers. India's rapid industrial growth also opens new markets for Korean electronics, vehicles, and industrial equipment. Moreover, South Korea is strategically involved in regional supply chain projects, meaning it gains from increased trade volumes and cooperative infrastructure initiatives in the Indo-Pacific. This trade indirectly boosts Korean exports, strengthens economic stability, and aligns with its broader aim of maintaining diversified resource sources and manufacturing inputs. 4. Japan. Japan benefits from India-Australia trade through secure access to critical minerals, which support its advanced manufacturing, battery production, and electric vehicle industries. Australia's stable supply of lithium, cobalt, and rare earths helps Japan maintain its leadership in clean energy technology. The growth of India's economy creates new demand for Japanese machinery, electronics, and infrastructure services. Japan also participates in trilateral projects with India and Australia in the Indo-Pacific, aimed at developing sustainable infrastructure and promoting regional economic resilience. These collaborations not only strengthen Japan's resource security but also advance its diplomatic and trade interests in the region. By being part of this interconnected supply chain, Japan ensures its long-term industrial competitiveness. 3. China. China indirectly benefits from the India-Australia trade relationship due to the stabilization of global commodity markets. As Australia diversifies its export destinations and sends more minerals and energy resources to India, supply disruptions and price spikes become less frequent, which helps Chinese industries that rely on these materials. Furthermore, Chinese shipping companies and logistics providers profit from increased maritime activity in the Asia-Pacific. China also has opportunities to supply industrial machinery, electronics, and intermediate goods to India and Australia, either directly or through third-party trade hubs. While geopolitical tensions may exist, the overall effect of stronger regional trade flows is positive for Chinese manufacturers and commodity traders. 2. India. India is a major direct beneficiary of its trade agreement with Australia, gaining access to high-quality food products, critical minerals, and advanced mining technology. Reduced tariffs make imports such as dairy, wine, and grains more affordable, improving consumer choice. More importantly, Australian lithium, copper, and rare earths are vital for India's renewable energy projects, electric vehicle production, and electronics manufacturing. Educational collaboration allows Indian students greater opportunities in Australian institutions, while research partnerships help boost India's innovation capacity. Secure supply chains from Australia reduce dependence on less reliable sources, supporting India's industrial growth and sustainability goals. This partnership is both economically and strategically valuable for India's future development. 1. Australia. Australia stands as the biggest winner from its trade agreement with India in 2025. The Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement, ECTA, has opened India's vast consumer market to Australian agricultural exports like meat, wine, and grains. Critical mineral exports, including lithium and cobalt, have a secure and growing buyer in India, supporting Australia's mining sector. Education is another major benefit, with more Indian students enrolling in Australian universities and vocational programs. The deal also boosts Australian service exports, energy partnerships, and investment opportunities in India's infrastructure projects. By diversifying away from over-reliance on traditional markets, particularly China, Australia strengthens both its economic resilience and its geopolitical position in the Indo-Pacific.